Hello everyone, welcome to the new video. Today we're going to talk about performance optimization Power BI. This is very important. Stay with us till the end of this video. Hello everyone, welcome to the new video. Today we're going to talk about performance optimization in Power BI. Performance optimization, also known as performance tuning, involves making changes to the current state of the data model so that it runs more efficiently. Essentially, when your data model is optimized, it performs better. A smaller size data model uses less resources and achieves faster data refresh, calculations and rendering of visuals and reports. Therefore, the performance optimization process involves minimizing the size of the data model and making the most efficient use of data in the model, which includes ensuring that the correct data types are used, deleting unnecessary columns and rows, avoiding repeated values, replacing numeric columns with measures, reducing cardinalities, analyzing model metadata, summarizing data where possible. So friends, without wasting any time, let's get into the content of this video. By the end of this video, we will be able to review the performance of measures, relationship and visuals, use variables to improve performance and troubleshooting, improve performance by reducing cardinality levels, optimize direct query model with a table level storage, create, manage aggregation. If your data model has multiple tables, complex relationship, intricate calculation, multiple visuals and redundant data, a potential exists for poor report performance. The poor performance of report leads to negative user experience. To optimize the performance, you must first identify where the problem is coming from. In other words, find out which elements of your report and data model are causing the performance issues. Afterward, you can take action to resolve those issues and therefore improve performance. Before you run Performance Analyzer, to ensure you get the most accurate result in your analysis, make sure that you start with clear visual cache and clear data engine cache. Visual cache. When you load a visual, you can't clear the visual cache without closing the Power BI desktop and opening it again. To avoid any caching in play, you need to start your analysis with clean visual cache. To ensure that you have a clear visual cache and blank page to your Power BI desktop file. And then with that page, select Save and close the file. Reopen the Power BI desktop file that you want to analyze. It will open the blank page. Data engine cache. When a query is run, the results are cached, so the result of your analysis will be misleading. You need to clear the data cache before returning the visuals. To clear the data cache, you can either restart Power BI desktop or connect DAX Studio to the data model and then call clear cache. When you have cleared the cache and opened the Power BI desktop file in a blank page, go to the View tab and select the Performance Analyzer option. To begin the analysis process, select Start Recording, select the page of the report that you want to analyze and interact with the elements of the report that you want to measure. You will see the result of your interaction display in the Performance Analyzer pane. As you work, when you are finished, select the Stop button. So we can review the result of our performance test in the Performance Analyzer pane. To review the task in order of duration, longest or to shortest, right-click the sort icon to the duration column header, then select the total time in descending order. Log information for each visual shows how much time took to complete the following category of tasks. The task query, the time it took for the visual to send the query, along with the time to analysis service to return the result. Visual display, that the time took for the visual to render on the screen, including the time required to retrieve the web images or geocoding. Other, the time took the visual to prepare the queries, wait for other visual to complete or perform other background processing tasks. If this category display a long duration, only real way to reduce this duration is optimize DAX queries to other visual or reduce the number of visual in report. The result of analysis tests help you to understand the behavior of your data model and identify the elements that you need to optimize. You can compare the duration of each element in the report and identify the elements that have a long duration. You should focus on those elements and investigate why it takes them so long to load on the report page. To analyze your queries in more detail, you can use DAX Studio, which is free open source tool that is provided by another service. So I will give you the link below in order to download the DAX Studio, resolve issues and optimize the performance. The result of our analysis will identify area of improvements and opportunities for performance optimization. You might find that you need to carry out improvements to the visuals, the DAX query or other elements, your data model. The following information provide guidance on what to look for and change that you can make. Visuals. If you identify visuals as the bottleneck leading to poor performance, you should find a way to improve the performance with a minimal impact to user experience. Consider the number of visuals on the report page. Fewer visuals mean better performance. visuals. Ask yourself, it is visual? If a visual is necessary and if adds value to the end user. If answer is no, you should remove the visuals. Rather than using multiple visuals on the page, consider other ways to provide additional details such as drill through pages and report page tooltip. So friends, when you examine the result in Performance Analyzer pane, you can see how long it took Power BI desktop engine to evaluate each query. A good starting point is any query that is taking longer than 120 milliseconds. In this example, you identify one particular query that has large duration. Performance Analyzer highlights potential issue but does not tell you what needs to be done to improve them. You might want to conduct future investigation into why this measure takes so long to process. You can use DAX Studio to investigate your question in more detail. Data model. If the duration of measures and visuals are displayed low values, they are not reason for performance issues. Instead of DAX queries displaying a high duration value, it is likely to the measure is written poorly or an issue has occurred with the data model. The issue might be caused by relationship, columns or metadata in your model, or it could be the status of auto date time option. Relationship. You should review the relationship between your tables, ensure that you established the correct relationship. Check the relationship cardinality properties are correctly configured. For example, a one-side column that contains unique values might be incorrectly configured as many-side column. When you remove an unnecessary column, you will reduce the size of the data model, which in turn result in smaller file size and faster refresh time. Also, because of the dataset contain only relevant data, the overall report performance will be improved. Metadata is the information about other data. Power BI metadata contain information on your data model such as the name, data type, format of each column, the schema of the database, the report design, when the file was last modified, the data refresh rates, and much more. When you load the data into Power BI desktop, it is good practice to analyze the corresponding metadata so you can identify the inconsistencies with your dataset and normalize the data before you start build reports. Running analysis on your metadata will improve the data model performance because while analyzing your metadata, you will identify unnecessary columns, errors within your data, incorrect data type, the volume of data being loaded, large dataset including transactions or historical data will take longer to load, and much more. Another item to consider when optimizing the performance is the auto date and time option in Power BI desktop. By default, this feature is enabled globally, which means that Power BI desktop automatically creates a hidden calculated table for each date column provided the certain conditions are met. The new hidden tables are additional to the table that you already have in your dataset. The auto date and times option allow you to work with the time intelligence when filtering the grouping and drilling down through the calendar time period. When recommend that you keep the auto date and time option enabled only when you work with the calendar time period, when you have simplistic model requirement in relation to time.
This is the brief idea about the data optimization in Power BI. So in a future video we will go in details. So we will utilize the DAX Studio in order to optimize the Power BI. Like and share this video. If you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell icon in order to get future video notifications. Bye bye and Jai Hind.